Peter Earle in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. He's an economist at the American Institute for Economic Research. Peter, thanks for being with us. How much of President Trump's decision to hold off on grounding these planes has to do with his relationship, or should we say America's relationship, with Boeing?
Oh, it's a good question. Boeing is extremely closely tied to the U.S. government, as are many multinational defense contractors. It's the fifth largest defense contractor in the world and the second largest contractor to the U.S. government. On the other hand, I'm not sure that I necessarily buy that it was suspicious that the FAA waited, because there's something like 102,000 flights a day across maybe 20 or 25 types of aircraft. And the last crash happened in October. That was the Lion Air crash. This one happened a few days ago. So that's 151 days with 15.5 million flights across maybe 50 or 20 different kinds of aircraft. So I guess from one perspective, statistically, they might have been justified in waiting. On the other hand, in my personal opinion, once lives are at stake, the math should go out the window.
What's the economic impact that this is having, given that this has impacted multiple airlines and caused severe travel delays? We know that there's more than 340 of these planes flying around the world. 74 of them are by domestic carriers.
Right. So, I mean, first of all, that's going to be huge. But I think that it might have been a little bit better if they had immediately grounded the planes. But the fact is that, planes are machines. They have trouble at times. As I said, once lives are at stake, they should definitely, I think they should have, the FAA should have grounded the planes sooner. But the impact is always, when these things happen, is always going to be multifaceted. It's not only going to be, travel. It's going to be everything associated with travel. It's going to be vacation destinations, restaurants, everything related to travel, really. It's going to be far-reaching, and it's going to definitely make an impact.
What's this costing Boeing right now? I mean, even just from a reputational standpoint.
Right. So the reputation is a huge thing, and it's also impossible to quantify. Somebody who's really cynical would say that a firm that's that closely tied to the U.S. government, Boeing, has something like 20 or 30 billion dollars in contracts with the government every year, probably wouldn't be that worried about it, but I'm not so sure. I mean, one thing we know, and that is that when investors are uncertain about things, they sell the stock, and Boeing stock has fallen in a way that, to me, suggests that investors are very worried about the firm's earnings in the coming quarters and perhaps years.
All right. Peter Earle in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Thanks for that. Appreciate you being with us.
Thanks.